You are often described as the nicest guys in rock music.
That's a bunch of bullshit.
It's not. Do you think that it's important to kind of break stereotypes of a typical rock star?
There's so many different kinds. I mean, I've always hated that name, rock star. I don't know why. And I remember in the late 90s, maybe early 2000s, they started having these. They started, using it as a term, like, oh, we're partying like rock stars, or I think there was like even a rock star energy drink, and I was always just kind of like, ugh. I mean, I don't really know what it means. What does it mean? Like someone who's famous, who plays music, I guess? Yeah, I think you should break all stereotypes, always. So, that's a good one. Yeah, and there's so many different kind of people that I know who are in rock bands who are world-renowned or famous or whatever, however you want to put it. Some of them are really low-key and easygoing. Some of them are total bitch ass. So I think that it can go either way.
Yeah. For our conversation the other day, though, it's like I feel like we're all really have a lot of gratitude for what we get to do with this band and all the successes that we've had, and also understand that we're lucky and not special people. And so it's when you cross that line and you think that you've done something magical by the fact that you sold a couple records, it's like, no, you didn't. I mean, it was nice, it's great, you made some music that folks like, but it doesn't mean
even
that
if you are supremely talented, even if you are John Lennon or Bob
Lenny
Dylan
Kravitz.
or Lenny Kravitz or Katy Perry or whatever, even if you are supremely talented, so
all the more reason to be nice.
all the more reason to be nice for the wonderful gifts that the world have given you. I mean, when you hear the rock star complain because his hotel suite's not nice enough or his staff isn't licking his ass enough, then yeah, they deserve to have they deserve to go work at McDonald's for a week. And we get paid a ton of money to do it, and to go give an audience not your whole, everything that you have, is just a disservice to them, to yourself. It is exhausting, but as I yawn, my pre-show yawn.
Yeah.
I'm already exhausted. I haven't started playing yet. I'll tell you what's more exhausting: 3 children.
Okay.
Now that's exhausting.
I only have 2, I don't know.
We have time for one last question. I didn't
Sorry, I
ask.
just filled it up with a bunch
lot.
of bull. Can have a couple more. It's fine. We're fine.
Okay.
Yeah. No, it's fine. She can have a couple more.
Thank you. Okay, so you guys, your new album is coming out pretty soon. And I guess Dave said that there are a lot of twists and turns on that album. Can you guys explain what it actually means?
Well, it's a little different. It's a little different. Like our band has got a kind of a playground that we work in. I think it's like
I like that, a playground.
You know what I mean?
I love
like
that.
a base. Yeah.
I'm using that again.
So go.
God,
It's
you're
all
smart.
yours.
This guy's got a man of words.
And we ventured a little bit outside of it. There's some new toys. I don't want to get into too many details of it, but we worked with a producer that's got a different set of skills than any producer that we've used before, and I think that Dave had a lot of faith in him, and so was kind of willing to step out a bit from things that we'd done in the past and go into areas that were I'm not so sure if this is what our band does or what I'm comfortable with, but he was ably guided by the producer, and so we've got kind of it's not going to sound like Imagine Dragons, and yet it does sound different than one of our in any of our previous records.
I look at it like it's our sort of space rock record. Like it's kind of like Foo Fighters in outer space a little bit, which I love. I don't know, Run. What do you think of Run? Have you heard Run?
I was very surprised when I first heard it because it starts very slowly and then it sounds almost like metal music.
Yeah, it's like
Sepultura
or something, almost like that a little bit.
Way heavier than the things that you've done
Than
before.
normal, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we've always had a certain heavy side to us, but it's never really been necessarily the song that's on the radio. So it's always been there, but never inside necessarily our sort of radio songs. Yeah, I agree. It's definitely heavier than would be expected, especially when people found like, oh, you guys are making a record with Adele's producer. They probably expected it to sound like, you know, beautiful like Adele. Instead, it sounded like Sepultura.
I feel like you guys also stand out as a band because you obviously make rock music, but it's, I think, at least to me, it's about empowerment. It's about finding strength and fighting for yourself. My favorite song of yours is Best of You.
Oh, wow.
Can you tell me a little bit about that song? I know that it's from way back, but I just have to ask you.
What about it? You know, that was a while ago. That was like 12 years ago. But that's okay. It's still one of our most endearing songs. People still, like, we have to play it every time we play, which we are happy to. It's just one of those, it was the first time I felt like Dave opened up that can of a different side to our band. When I first heard it, like when he played us the demo and then we made the first demo of it and he put the vocals on it, I wasn't sure about it. I was like, it's so anthemic. It's so like big and anthemic that, is it too big and anthemic? Is it too over the top?
We almost didn't put it on the record.
It almost didn't go on the record, and we were playing our manager the record, and we didn't play him that song, and he goes, "What about that Best of You song?" And we're like, "Oh, okay."
That's what he sounds like, by the way.
It is,
He
exactly.
sounds like a rat in a cartoon.
Yeah, what about that Best of You song? And so we played it for him again, and he went, "That's got to be on the record, and that's the first single. So you must be mad." But he was right.
Yeah.
That's why he's our manager.
Yeah. Okay, so thank you guys so much.
Sure, you don't got one more? Go ahead. Go. What the hell else are we gonna do?
For Sonic Highways, Dave got to interview Barack Obama. But do people who rule a country have any influence on the state of music in that country?
I mean, it's insane. But you know, it really is a mirror image of our culture in America right now. Mm-hmm. So people blame him, but he's just a symptom of a generation of reality TV obsessed, selfie obsessed, Facebook obsessed, tweet obsessed, self-obsessed people. So we got that president because I think, unless the Russians did really hack in, well, we got what we deserve. So I think in a certain way, it's a good chance for people to take a look at where we are as a culture and say, is this where we want to be? An orange, fake-haired, tweeting president who tweets like childish remarks about people who say little mean things about him? Because that's where we are right now. You know, generally as a band, we tend to stray abstractly, politically. You know, we don't get too on the nose. We did a few Obama things, and we did a few Kerry things unsuccessfully 10, 12 years ago. And you know, no, it's a freaking weird, freaky time. But it's really representative of where our culture is right now. And you know, the middle of America is a different place than the coasts and New York and the progressive LAs and all that. There's a whole middle America out there who believed it when he said, "We're gonna make America great again," which is just rhetoric, you know. We got an orange president who tweets. It's insane.
But I think that's why music is so important.
You know,
because you
as
just keep on going.
Dave has said, there's going to be a lot of good rock and roll, hopefully, or music that can come out of political strife. Yeah. You know, I mean, it's a hell of a price to pay for some good music, but hopefully at least that'll happen. I don't know. Hopefully people are taking a look at themselves right now and their culture and saying, okay, have we gone too far? Because I think we have.